Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 2, Book 23, number 383. Narrated by Amir bin Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, that his father said, "In the year of the last Hajj of the Prophet I became seriously ill, and the Prophet used to visit me inquiring about my health. I told him, 'I am reduced to this state because of illness, and I am wealthy and have no inheritors except a daughter.'" In this narration the name of Amir bin Sa'd is mentioned, and in fact it is a mistake. The narrator is Aisha bint Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas. "Should I give 2/3 of my property in charity?" He said, "No." I asked, "Half?" He said, "No." Then he added, 1/3, and even 1/3 is much. You'd better leave your inheritors wealthy rather than leaving them poor, begging others. You will get a reward for whatever you spend for Allah's sake, even for what you put in your wife's mouth. I said, "O Allah's Apostle, will I be left alone after my companions have gone?" He said, "If you are left behind, whatever good deeds you will do will upgrade you and raise you high. And perhaps you will have a long life so that some people will be benefited by you while others will be harmed by you. O Allah, complete the emigration of my companions and do not turn them renegades." But Allah's Apostle felt sorry for poor Sa'd bin Khawla as he died in Mecca. But Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas lived long after the Prophet, p.b. H. Volume 2, Book 23, number 384. Narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet said, "He who slaps the cheeks, tears the clothes and follows the tradition of the days of ignorance is not from us." Volume 2, Book 23, number 385. Narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet said, "He who slaps the cheeks, tears the clothes and follows the traditions of the days of ignorance is not from us." Volume 2, Book 23, number 386. Narrated by Aisha. When the Prophet got the news of the death of Ibn Haritha, Jafar and Ibn Rawaha, he sat down and looked sad, and I was looking at him through the chink of the door. A man came and told him about the crying of the women of Jafar. The Prophet ordered him to forbid them. The man went and came back saying that he had told them, but they did not listen to him. The Prophet, p.b. H, said, "Forbid them." So again he went and came back for the third time and said, "O Allah's Apostle, by Allah, they did not listen to us at all." Aisha added, Allah's Apostle ordered him to go and put dust in their mouths. I said to that man, "May Allah stick your nose in the dust, i.e. humiliate you." You could neither persuade the women to fulfill the order of Allah's Apostle, nor did you relieve Allah's Apostle from fatigue. Volume 2, Book 23, number 387. Narrated by Anas. When the reciters of Quran were martyred, Allah's Apostle recited Qanut for 1 month, and I never saw him, i.e. Allah's Apostle, so sad as he was on that day. Volume 2, Book 23, number 388. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. One of the sons of Abu Talha became sick and died, and Abu Talha at that time was not at home. When his wife saw that he was dead, she prepared him, washed and shrouded him, and placed him somewhere in the house. When Abu Talha came, he asked, "How is the boy?" She said, "The child is quiet and I hope he is in peace." Abu Talha thought that she had spoken the truth. Abu Talha passed the night and in the morning took a bath, and when he intended to go out, she told him that his son had died. Abu Talha offered the morning prayer with the Prophet and informed the Prophet of what happened to them. Allah's Apostle said, "May Allah bless you concerning your night. That is, may Allah bless you with good offspring." Sufyan said. One of the Ansar said, "They, i.e. Abu Talha and his wife, had 9 sons, and all of them became reciters of the Quran by heart. Volume 2, Book 23, number 389. Narrated by Anas. The Prophet said, "The real patience is at the first stroke of a calamity." Volume 2, Book 23, number 390. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. We went with Allah's Apostle, P. B. U. H., to the blacksmith Abu Saif, and he was the husband of the wet nurse of Ibrahim, the son of the Prophet. Allah's Apostle took Ibrahim and kissed him and smelled him, and later we entered Abu Saif's house, and at that time Ibrahim was in his last breaths. And the eyes of Allah's Apostle, P. B. U. H., started shedding tears. Abdurrahman bin Auf said, "O Allah's Apostle, even you are weeping." He said, "O Ibn Auf, this is mercy." Then he wept more and said, "The eyes are shedding tears and the heart is grieved, and we will not say except what pleases our Lord, O Ibrahim. Indeed we are grieved by your separation." Volume 2, Book 23, number 391. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Sa'd bin Ubadah became sick, and the Prophet, along with Abdurrahman bin Auf, Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, and Abdullah bin Mas'ud, visited him to inquire about his health. When he came to him, he found him surrounded by his household, and he asked, "Has he died?" They said, "No, O Allah's Apostle." The Prophet wept, and when the people saw the weeping of Allah's Apostle, P. B. U. H., they all wept. He said, "Will you listen? Allah does not punish for shedding tears, nor for the grief of the heart, but he punishes or bestows his mercy because of this." He pointed to his tongue and added, "The deceased is punished for the wailing of his relatives over him." Umar used to beat with a stick and throw stones and put dust over the faces of those who used to wail over the dead. Volume 2, Book 23, number 392. Narrated by Aisha. When the news of the martyrdom of Zayd bin Haritha, Jafar and Abdullah bin Rawaha came, the Prophet sat down looking sad, and I was looking through the chink of the door. A man came and said, "O Allah's Apostle, the women of Jafar," and then he mentioned their crying. The Prophet, P. B. U. H., ordered him to stop them from crying. The man went and came back and said, "I tried to stop them but they disobeyed." The Prophet, P. B. U. H., ordered him for the second time to forbid them. He went again and came back and said, "They did not listen to me, or us." The sub-narrator Muhammad bin Haushab is in doubt as to which is right. Aisha added, "The Prophet said, 'Put dust in their mouths.' I said to that man, 'May Allah stick your nose in the dust,' i.e. humiliate you. By Allah, you could not stop the women from crying to fulfill the order. Besides, you did not relieve Allah's Apostle from fatigue." Volume 2, Book 23, number 393. Narrated by Aisha. At the time of giving the Pledge of Allegiance to the Prophet, one of the conditions was that we would not wail, but it was not fulfilled except by 5 women, and they are Sulaim, al-Ala, the daughter of Abi Sabra, the wife of Mu'a, and 2 other women, or the daughter of Abi Sabra and the wife of Mu'a and another woman.